Support everything we do at MWP News by visiting co-fi.com/MWP News. Every donation helps us stay independent. For breaking entertainment news, reviews, and more, check out MWPnews.com. If you love games, head over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@MWPNewsGaming for reviews and gameplay. Links for all of this will be in the show notes, as well as links to the other podcasts. Thank you for your continued support. Good evening and welcome to Beware of spoilers. I am Adam. Don't know why I messed that up. But regardless, here we are, out in the Hamptons. Third year in a row now, doing the Hamptons International Film Festival. 2 years ago, we did Fancy Dance, the movie with Lily Gladstone. Last year we did, this is probably our fourth year actually. Last year we did, what was the name of that movie? What the fuck is this guy doing? He's blocking traffic is what he's doing. The year before that, the year after that, we did, what did we do last year? What was the big movie we did last year? Oh, we did Homegrown last year. And not only did we do Homegrown, we did, what's this guy doing? Okay. Whatever. Assholes. We did Homegrown, and then after Homegrown, we did, we only did that last year, and this year this is our first of two movies we're going to be doing. This is 4 years, so we did do shorts. I don't remember if we did an episode about it on here, but I definitely wrote a review of the shorts program. Okay, let me go. This whole area is just a clusterfuck. But anyway, the point is, like, we've been doing this for a few years now. It's probably one of the longer running traditions on this show is going out and doing the Hamptons International Film Festival. One of our goals, we want to expand out these festival offerings, because I know people do really enjoy when we do this. So we're going to try and do more of this. We did New York, and now we're doing this. So the point of all of this is, I just saw Hedda. This was the East Coast premiere of Nia DaCosta's new movie from MGM, Amazon, and Orion. And I gotta say, I do really like that Orion has kind of developed this new space in the entertainment industry as a, what's it called? It's kind of a, what an asshole. It's kind of a new... Oh, Tom Brady has a store out here. It's kind of... I understand that, like, pedestrians have the right of way, but, like, there are walkways. Like, what the fuck? I don't remember what I was saying. It's very hot today, too. Like, way hotter than I thought it was going to be, and I didn't look at the temperature before I set out for the week. So, like, I ran out of comfortable shorts, too, for comfortable yet professional looking, so I look kind of homeless. All of that. As I said, we've now seen Hedda, the East Coast premiere, at the Hamptons International Film Festival. This is, right, that's where we were. Orion kind of carving out this space where they're allowing marginalized voices to tell stories. And I believe this is Nia DaCosta's first movie since The Marvels. Because I think The Bone Temple is her next one. I don't know if this is what's the one for here? Like who was that did that? Alright. What have we got here? traffic. That's what we have here. I don't know if this is a Clueless Halloween 6 situation, which it very well could be. Come on, let's go. And what the fuck is this person doing? Alright, now we're good. Absurdity. Where it's like one was shot first. I would assume this is probably shot first. I would assume that you probably needed to have more, more runway to produce a 28 years later spinoff. So, whatever. I really enjoyed it. I would say of the movies that we've seen at the Hamptons International Film Festival, this is probably the best of the ones that we've seen and talked about on this show. The idea that... Oh, no, we didn't do the episode about the... Was the surfing one here? Oh, it doesn't matter. We're getting off that tangent again. But yes, this is probably the strongest movie we've seen here. And I think that likely has something to do with the fact that this is, a director that we know can handle themselves. It has less of an independent feel, more of a, this is like, money went into this. And it still does have that, we produced this on the cheap kind of look to it. Not that there's anything specifically wrong with any of that, but like, it's a play. It's a play by Heinrich Ibsen, I believe is the playwright's name. The guy who introduced it said it's a classic. I'm not disparaging Mr. Ibsen or his work on the Beverly Hillbillies, but I hadn't heard of it. It's also a Norwegian play, which I think will skew how much of it I've actually heard of. But you're basically following the story of this woman who is in an unhappy marriage. She is not thrilled about where she is in life, and her husband is trying to get a job at a university, and what's going on at the same time is there's a woman who is trying to get the same position, and she looks more situated to get it. So it's a bunch of conniving and rich people behaving poorly as she tries to undermine the ability of the woman to get the job that she wants for her husband. And it is a really interesting look at just this poor woman who's just miserable constantly through the entire movie, and she's trying to do these deals to, or not deals is the wrong word. She's a manipulator. She's a very good manipulator. And what she's doing is she's manipulating everyone around her to do things to make the woman who's a recovering alcoholic look bad, so that way her husband can get the job. It's really, really well executed in that regard. And I think we can't really, get through this conversation without acknowledging Tessa Thompson. This is probably a career best performance for Tessa Thompson. She does a fantastic job playing Hedda, the wife, who's the subject of the movie. 90 miles to New York City. Huzzah. We're not going all the way back to New York City, don't worry. But she does a great job of playing this character who is not, I don't want to say conflicted, because conflicted is kind of the wrong word. It's like, she's kind of just, like, listless. I think would be the best way to define how she is. She doesn't know what she wants. She doesn't know what her, she just knows she's not happy. And what you end up with is this character who is going out of her way to try and do things that she thinks will get her to the point where she will be happy, or at least willing to put up with the situation that she's living in. And I think that's kind of what doesn't work about it. I also like, I don't know the actress, but the one who plays so far this week we've seen 2 movies, and I think that there are a few people from these movies that are going to be making an impact at the Academy Awards this year. I think Tessa Thompson is Best Lead Actress. I think she's a contender for that award based on this. I think, what was her name? Odessa Young is a contender for Best Supporting Actress. I also think the woman whose name I'm forgetting, who plays the other psychiatrist, is in contention for Best Supporting Actress as well. She's just fantastic in this movie, playing this person who wants something so badly she's willing to give up what she and do what she knows is wrong to get it, and then as it kind of goes around in that way, and I don't want to spoil it too much for anyone who is going to see this. This is a movie you should probably go into knowing as little as possible, like you'll get the most enjoyment out of it. For it to go the way it does for her, she plays it off beautifully. And I think that's something else. I think someone else who I think is kind of a stealth, like, let's get them nominated. I think Nia DaCosta gets nominated for Best Director. This is a beautifully shot movie. One of those every frame a painting situations. But at the same time, it's not just that. It's also the fact that she does a great job of playing with the cinematography and camera movements as the night goes on. Because as the night goes on and as the drinks and the drugs and everything are flowing, the grasp that people at the party have on reality is loosened, so to speak. And that is exactly what works about this, is that it's like you're going to play with the camera in a way that's going to do that. We also talked about, I don't think we mentioned it in the review of Every Day Another Battle. Was that the name of it? The new movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, the Paul Thomas Anderson movie, where that's going to be one that's going to be probably the front runner for score. Hildur Goranson is Mandalorian and Creed. And Black Panther. No, she did Joker. I think she's a contender for Best Original Score for this movie. The score here is fantastic. The way it's like it plays with the way the flow of time, plays with the flow of events. I think all of that kind of links together and makes this movie overall one of the better movies of the year so far. It's great that in the last 2 weeks we've gotten 3 movies that are going to be contenders for the year-end list, on top of the ones that we've already discussed on this show. I would recommend seeing this movie in a theater when it comes out. Again, this is another one where we've talked about this before, these movies that are like methodical in their storytelling. They are designed to, I don't know about make you think, but like they're designed to keep you on your toes, kind of. They're designed to keep you constantly guessing about where the movie's going to go next and what's going to be the next thing that's going to happen. Something like that is inherently lost in streaming, and this is a hill I'm willing to die on. Any movie that's designed like this, you will not enjoy as much watching at home on streaming if you have your phone in your hand and you're playing puzzle games while you're watching it. This is something you need to experience in a distraction-free environment, and that's something that a theater can provide for you. Or if you have a copious amount of self-control, that's also an alternative. But this is one that you're going to want to go out and see in a theater. 5 stars. I recommend it. I've been keeping spoilers to a minimum because, I didn't really do that with Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere, and I think that the reason for that was it's not a particularly well documented aspect of his life, but it's documented nonetheless. And Springsteen is one of the biggest people on the planet, one of the biggest pop stars or rock stars on the planet. Here, if you haven't read the Heinrich Epstein, I almost said Buddy Epstein again. If you haven't seen or read the play, which I would assume most people haven't, you're probably going to go into this blind. And I think that that's something that is going to benefit you greatly as you try to work it out. Because I think the decision very early on to be to lay out what this movie is and lay out what's going to end up happening, but not knowing who does what to who, is very interesting. I really like the idea of doing that and the way they handle that. But yeah, I would recommend seeing this movie in the theater. It is very well done, 5 stars. It's going to be a contender for our year-end list. We will wrap up there for today. Thursday of this week, we will definitively be doing Tron Ares, the third Tron movie with Jared Leto, and a score from 9 Inch Nails, which feels like a very weird, eclectically put together sentence. One listening says like none of those words are in the Bible, and none of these words should be used in a sentence together. But we're going to be talking about that Thursday. We might have something else Friday. Saturday, we will be doing Sentimental Value, the new Joachim Trier movie. Joachim Trier of Worst Person in the World fame. And I have to find out how to pronounce his name before next Saturday. So we will, him and Renee Rensive, I think is how you pronounce it, who is the lead in The Worst Person in the World. But this movie is Norway's select for next year's Academy Awards, so we will definitely be talking about that next Saturday. Unfortunately, I could not get into Hamnet, which is one of the movies that I did want to talk about. I really wanted to do it this weekend because, this weekend we have 2 movies that are potential contenders for Best Director that are playing at the Hamptons International Film Festival. One directed by Nia DaCosta, and as we've said, she directed The Marvels, and that was a few years ago. And the other one is Hamnet, which is directed by Chloe Zhao, who directed The Eternals, both of which are kind of maligned Marvel movies, and I would say unfairly so. And these are going to, this is them coming back out and going back into their wheelhouse, the independent, the more independent scene. Because, Nia DaCosta, got her start in independent films. Chloe Zhao, same thing. I mean, her big hit before, or her biggest movie before The Marvels is probably Nomadland. And I think that it took her this long to get another real directing, thing. It's kind of a disservice to her because she, say what you will about The Eternals, but that was a fantastic movie. And I would have liked to have seen that get an actual, actual support from the community who wants to see directors tell the stories they want to tell. But yeah, we will wrap up there for today. Our next episode will be next week. We will also be doing Zombies. We will also be finishing up Peacemaker. Those will also be next week. I promise. But until our next episode, have a great rest of your week.